Hi. Okay, so today we're going to work on putting brads into a page, and I'm going to show you a little bit more about the decorative papers on these tags. So I have some tools that we need. This is where I use more book tape, score tape, than most other people. I don't use it in the ways they use it. You can also use just regular masking tape if you don't have score tape, and I'll show you how that works. And you'll need your glue, an awl, your brads. I have 6 of them because I have 6 places. And your decorative paper that you're going to put on the other side. I have a ruler, and also this is a piece of scrap chipboard, and I use that in conjunction with my awl. So let me show you how we do that. So I've already put the paper on. Most of us have been working on decorating this. We've done a few decorating tips yesterday, but today I want to show you that I've already put on my decorative paper, and then I put on these little ephemera that have spots that look like they would be perfect for a brad. So what I do, and you want to be careful not to push too hard because you will come through and hit your other paper. You're welcome to put something else behind it, something harder like your ruler if you don't want to go too hard. But I just push enough so that I know where it goes. And then I'll do, see, that goes pretty far through. And then I'll do the next one. Yep, that one went through. And I'll do the last one. Okay, once you've at least put a little bit, see, I can kind of see sunlight through that. So then I'm going to very carefully put my fingers on either side of that hole so that I don't poke myself. And I will push this through gently until I have a big enough hole to put my brad through. Okay, and I'll do that with all of them. Again, I put my fingers on either side of the hole and I push. Either side of the hole and I push. Either side of the hole and I push. I have jugged myself with this already, so I've learned to just keep my fingers away from those. So then the next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and you want to put one of the brads through, turn it over, and open that brad. Now, for those of you who have this as your bone folder, you can use the heavier edge to push that down real nice. I don't know if you're seeing this good. And so then I'll put another one in there. I open it up and push it down until you have all of your brads in. And these look really cute, and you don't need to worry about it taking up too much space in your book because you have enough space for this. When you close your book, you have spaces. I don't know if you can see that. I've had a little bit of difficulty with my light to get there. Maybe that works a little better. Yeah, let's try that. And it's just dark outside today, and the light on the ceiling throws my shadow over my workspace, so I have a little bit of a difficult time getting the light just right for you folks. Okay, there we go. So I have all 6 of them in. Now, if you're using masking tape, you just basically cut off a small piece. You can cover both of them on time, or you can just cover one at a time. And you basically just take it and lay it down and then smooth it in with your folder. And I'm going to do the same thing with my score tape, because this is where I use score tape. It's double-sided, and I just make sure that it's all snug down around that Brad's tail. And I will do it to all of them. And basically what this does, either the masking tape or this score tape, what it does is it will protect your decorative paper on this side from getting holes in it from the edges. It helps it to stick a little bit. It's not as permanent as the glue, but it gives a little extra protection, and it helps stick just a little bit and protect your papers just nicely. So you will see me use score tape. I just use it together with the art glitter glue. Okay, so I have that done. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to cut my pretty paper. So I'm going to push this off to the side. Move all of these. Get my scoreboard. And I am so glad that it has cooled down a little bit. I like this side better, so I'm going to use it. I am not a heat person. I know a lot of people just love the heat. I am not a heat person. I wilt, and it just affects my breathing because I have asthma. So I don't really like the heat like a lot of people do. So I'm always glad when it cools down. I like winter. I really like winter. I used to do cross-country skiing when I was a kid too. It was just in the Allegheny Mountains. So that was fun. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and measure this like we do. And I don't have a pencil. So I'm going to put this outside of where I want it to cut because this is pin and I can't erase it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that line first. Okay. And then I will mark this side. Outside the line where I want. Cut. There we go. Okay, we're going to smudge it now with our fancy little smudger. So I have over a dozen different colors of ink, and I'm going to show you a little trick that I do. And these are bigger. What I do is I will take the top of my smudger, and the ink side I will put down, and then I will close it for storage. Because I use so many different colors, I have one for each of these. And and it just makes it very nice way to keep it from getting icky and getting lost and not knowing which top goes to which color. So it's just one of those nice little things. Okay, so I'm ready to go ahead and glue this down. This is a cricket. It's not a silhouette, it's a cricket, but it's got a hook. It's really nice when you are putting in your papers and you have to get in there to get, if you use score tape, to get in there and get your tape off of your paper. It's also really great for this because it just does a perfect job of pulling it up. And one more. So what I will do, put that in my shirt. What I will do is I will go ahead and glue all of this down. And before I put my paper down, I will actually put glue around those brad tails so that there's a little bit of extra catch there. And you can see I'm just going to put a little bit around it, a little bit around it, a little bit around it, and around it, and around. There we go. And then my paper goes down. Yep. There we go. And if you have to hold your hand under it so that you can get it nicely, because your brad's on the other side, they're going to push against your board or your paper, wherever you put your brads. And these can go anywhere in your book, which makes it just a little bit more decorative. And then you can put more ephemera on here if you want to, and you know, however you like. You can put butterflies, and on this one I think I'm going to put a few butterflies. Okay, let's put the album aside for a moment and let's talk about these tabs that we have. Now I've gone ahead and I've hand cut these tabs with the base, and then I need 2 pieces per side, so I've used the decorative paper jig, and I've gone ahead and cut these, and you can see they just fit nicely. And then I have one for each of these sides. Okay, so again, you're going to have to smudge all of your papers. And let's get to that. Sometimes I will sit and watch television. Yeah, the one thing I forgot to do is round my edges, and I actually have an edge rounder, or you can cut them however you like, but I'm going to go ahead and use my edge rounder. I like to sit and watch television with my husband at night, so that's when I like to do smudging, or sometimes cutting out all this ephemera so that I have it done. And it's just something that is very relaxing. I love to smudge. I love to cut ephemera. It's just, I don't know, it's just fun. Maybe it reminds me of when I was a kid in school and I got to do that a lot. Who knows? It really looks like it's going to rain today, but I don't think it is. I think it's just the wildfires here in the west, and I think it's just affecting the sky. We have had more wildfires in the last few years than people can remember who are natives to this area. And people with asthma like myself, it makes it very hard. The one thing I learned through COVID when we were required to wear masks is I learned that I like masks, especially during the fire season, because it protected my lungs against all the fire yuck that was in that air. And they don't happen right around us. They basically happen in Utah, California, Oregon, Colorado sometimes. But it's just, we are close enough that it causes our state of Idaho some problems. Okay, so I have these done. Oop, I forgot to put my glue pin back in. So I'm going to work on this one, and I've decided to use this picture and this picture. And these again are Victoria designs from Etsy. It's her lavender collection. And I really like her papers. She has so many sets, and of course the deluxe kits are a little more expensive, and when they go on sale they're usually about $35 to $37. But what's nice about this is you have them, and if you just want to make a card later, you have the papers that you can just print 2 or 3. If you want to make an album like we're doing now, you have, a lot of them have 150 pages in them. And I have several of her sets. She also has some $5 sets, some cheaper sets. And they just have a few pictures, which is nice if you're just making a card and you like that design. So whatever papers you girls have gotten, you might want to keep in mind about Victoria designs. The other lady that's just started, that I've noticed, maybe she's been doing it for a while, but she's been selling her own papers, is Scrap Queen. And Scrap Queen has some just, she has lovely tutorials. And mine are very basic, just to kind of give you an idea of skills that you can put into your book binding, your books. But she does fabulous, just fabulous. So if you go to YouTube and you want to find some really fancy ideas, go to Scrap Queen, find her on YouTube, and take a look at her channel. Her earlier tutorials several years ago were done in Dutch because she is in, I think she's in the Netherlands. But the last several years, 3 that I've watched, and probably longer, she has been doing them in English, which is nice for those of us who are not Dutch speakers. Sometimes I can catch what she's getting because I know a little bit German and Gaelic, French, but sometimes I can catch what she's getting. The Romance languages are much easier for me than the gutturals like German and Gaelic. They follow more of a flow of Latin, so they're a little bit easier to understand. So there we go. So I have 2 of these finished, and I think I have the glue pretty dried. So I'm going to show you in your set of 4. Remember, we did a 12 by 12, cut it, and then we have a place that has a little, almost like an envelope in it. That's where these are going to go. And once they're decorated, you can put ephemera on them. Once they're decorated, they fit in there just nicely so that the tab shows. And when you get all 6 of them in, I'm going to put another one in because I have this set of papers pretty much done. When you have all 6 of them in, you're going to see they kind of lay nicely in a row, so it makes your album just a little bit prettier. Okay, I hope this has helped you. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope that you come back for some more of our lessons. Again, like I said, I'm not, if I do anything fancy, I go look at Scrap Queen, but I am a teacher by education, and so I just break down the little pieces that help you actually when you're doing other people's videos. So thanks for coming. I'll see you again, I hope. Bye-bye.